Good morning. This week we're going to learn all about pumpkins. Today we're going to read the pumpkin book. While we're reading the book, we're going to pick out new vocabulary so we can put it on our word wall for this week. And then after we read the book, we're going to make a graph, choosing our favorite way to eat pumpkin. So let's begin reading our book.
The Pumpkin Book by Gail Gibbons. Read by Polly Collier. Pumpkins come in all shapes and sizes. Pumpkins are members of the squash family. There are many different kinds of pumpkins. Small pumpkins, big pumpkins, round pumpkins, tall pumpkins. Dill's Atlantic Giant, Jack Be Little, Baby Bear, Connecticut Field, Lumina. Gardeners and farmers call them pumpkin varieties. Some pumpkins have a smooth skin, and others have lots of bumps.
Let's write down the word variety. Variety means that they come in all shapes and sizes and different textures. It means there's many kinds of pumpkins. Variety.
Red October, Big Macs, Small Sugar Pie. They are prickly and have rough, jagged edges. More new vine leaves grow. Stems begin to grow and twist, crawling along the ground as they become vines. Pumpkin vine leaves. Vine. The vines grow thicker and thicker. They grow curly tendrils that wrap themselves around other parts of the plant to help spread the vines. Gold-colored flowers begin to bloom. Flower, tendrils. A pumpkin begins to grow when a grain of pollen from the stamen of a male pumpkin flower lands on the stigma of a female pumpkin flower. This is called pollination. Sometimes pollen moves from flowers.
Let's write down the word pollination.
And other insects help pollinate too. Pollen rubs on and off their bodies as they travel from flower to flower in search of nectar. Stamen, pollen, male flower, stigma, female flower. Nectar is the sweet juice flowers make. The female flower has a small green ball beneath its blossom. When the flower is pollinated, the little ball begins to grow. It is a very, very small pumpkin. Over time, it becomes bigger, small pumpkin, and bigger and bigger. The pumpkin's skin begins to turn from green to orange. All of the pumpkins in the pumpkin patch begin to turn orange. In the fall, when the vines begin to dry up and die, it is harvest time. It usually takes from 80 to 120 days, depending on the variety, for a seed to grow into a ripened pumpkin. It is ready to pick if it feels hard on the outside and sounds hollow when it is tapped. Often, shears are used to clip the pumpkins from their vines, leaving about 3 inches, 7.5 centimeters of stem. The stem helps to keep the harvested pumpkins from getting moldy. During the fall, more and more pumpkins of many shapes and sizes appear at roadside stands and in stores. Fall makes people think of country fairs. Sometimes awards are given for the biggest, the prettiest, or the strangest pumpkin grown. The biggest pumpkin ever grown was in New York State in 1996. It weighed about as much as a small car, 1,061 pounds, 481 kilograms. At fairs, there are pumpkin pie tasting contests too. When the Pilgrims came to the New World, Friendly Native American Indians showed them how to plant pumpkins. Often, the Indian women were the pumpkin farmers of their tribes. The Pilgrims ate pumpkins every day in different forms, such as pumpkin bread, pumpkin pie, and pumpkin seed cereal. Thanksgiving reminds people of the Pilgrims' first harvest season. They wanted to give thanks for the food they would have through the cold winter months. They celebrated by having a Thanksgiving feast. Halloween is on a...
We're going to pause our book and we're going to make our graph. We're going to title the graph, My Favorite Way to Eat Pumpkins. And I'm going to add 3 categories, 3 different ways you can choose your favorite way to eat pumpkin. We're going to do pumpkin bread, like the Pilgrims, pumpkin pie, and instead of pumpkin cereal, we're going to do pumpkin seeds. Everyone's going to get to vote what their favorite way to eat pumpkin is. Okay, so I wrote down everyone's name to see which way they like pumpkins, and then we're going to add them up and see which way people like the most to eat pumpkins. We have 1 for pumpkin bread, 2 for pumpkin pie, and 3 for pumpkin seeds. So pumpkin seeds, the majority of people in the class like to eat pumpkin by eating the pumpkin seeds. And the least way is pumpkin bread.
There are pumpkins. It's great fun to carve pumpkins into what you want them to be. Funny pumpkins, scary pumpkins, beautifully carved pumpkins. How to carve a pumpkin.
And we're going to learn how to carve a pumpkin later. So I'm going to skip that part for right now.
All lined up on Halloween night, they are a glowing sight to behold.
Today we're going to do pumpkin math. We're going to use a variety of pumpkins to get the circumference, weight, and height of our pumpkins. So everyone's going to pick a pumpkin, and we are going to do the circumference first. We're going to use a tape measure in inches to measure around the pumpkin to get the circumference. So you're going to start at 1, go all the way around. Oh, we gotta hold it so we can measure the biggest part. And this pumpkin is 25 inches around as the circumference. And next, we're gonna measure the weight.
Next, we're going to get our pumpkin's weight. Our pumpkin weighs 7.8 pounds.
And last, we're gonna get our pumpkin's height. If we're getting the height, we have to start at the bottom and measure all the way to the top of the stem. So we're going to start with our measuring tape at 0 at the bottom and go all the way up to the top of the stem. So this pumpkin is 9.5 inches tall. That's the height of our pumpkin. Everyone is going to put their pumpkins in order from size. So we're going to start with the pumpkin that weighs the least and end with the pumpkin that weighs the most. Okay, today we're going to do our pumpkin observation. We're going to cut this pumpkin open, okay? And we're going to see what is inside the pumpkin. Maddie, what do you think is inside the pumpkin?
Seeds.
You think there's seeds inside the pumpkin?
And like strings, like
strings? You think there's strings in there?
not like strings, but the stuff that's holding the seeds, kind of.
The pumpkin guts?
Yeah, the guts.
Okay. And then we're going to guess how many seeds are in our pumpkin. Maddie, how many seeds do you think are in the pumpkin?
A lot.
A lot of seeds?
Yeah.
What about you, Abby?
Probably about 1,000.
Okay, let's cut it open and see. Then after we see what's inside our pumpkin.
So is there another one that's still over there in our yard?
No, that's the only one. You gave it water at me. Oh, that's what's inside our pumpkin.
We got it right, Abby.
You want to fill it?
Yeah.
Then there's a lot of seeds in there. How many seeds do you think is inside the pumpkin?
1 million.
1 million seeds? How many seeds do you think are inside the pumpkin?
1,000.
1,000. What does the pumpkin feel like inside of it?
Feels soft.
Feel soft?
Give me all that.
What do you think this stuff is? What do you think this stuff is called?
Really, Dada? Guts.
The pumpkin guts? If we save the seeds, what could we do with the seeds next year?
We could either eat them or we could plant them.
We could plant them? And when we read our book, what did it say was inside the seeds?
Seeds.
The little tiny plant.
Sprout.
The sprout, yep, was inside of the seed. Okay. And
That's
then,
why I'm saving all these seeds.
so how many seeds do you say? Pumpkin? What's your pumpkin look like?
It has these tiny seeds and a string that holds them up.
What color is your pumpkin?
It's orange and it's big and wrinkly.
What does your pumpkin feel like?
It feels wrinkly.
Feels wrinkly?
Yes.
How many seeds does your pumpkin have?
14.
14?
100.
100?
Hmm.
Does your pumpkin, the picture you drew of a pumpkin, look like your pumpkin?
Yes.
It does look alike.
I'm going to put the wrinkly bumps on.
And then to wrap up our pumpkin lesson, we're going to take a short quiz about the pumpkin book. I'm going to read the question out loud and raise your hand if you know the answer. What plant family are pumpkins in? Nuts, squash, trees, beans. The next question is, what is the place where pumpkins grow called? An orchard, a vinery, an arboretum, or a patch? The next question is, what makes a pumpkin grow? Sunlight and warm soil, water, pollination, or all of these? What holiday is not mentioned in the book? Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, All Saints' Day. What do people do with pumpkins? Eat them, carve them, decorate them, or all of these?